Hi and welcome back. So a new study out of Bond University in Australia has shown a specific link between certain elements of the vegan, vegetarian and plant-based diet that leads to poorer outcomes when it comes to mental health. Enough waffling off me. Let's jump into the presentation and let's see what this new study at a Bond University in Australia has got to offer.
This is a review of a study I read that was penned by Bond University and was published in the British medical journal Nutrition, Prevention and Health, which looked into the association of poor mental health in the main depression and the new trends being set in the vegan, vegetarian and plant-based diet space. And there are links in the description below to the study and the articles I used to put this presentation together. Contrary to popular belief, not all vegan and vegetarian diets are healthy, and one consequence of a low-quality plant-based diet could well be poorer mental health. New research has found that plant eaters with a taste for processed foods are more susceptible to depression than their peers who have diets that are high in fresh produce. Megan Lee, a researcher in nutritional psychiatry at Bond University, said the findings were significant given the increasing popularity of vegan and vegetarian lifestyles and the proliferation of packaged foods that are now targeting specifically those markets. Megan Lee, PhD, a nutritional psychiatrist and senior teaching fellow at Bond University, said there is a general perception that following a plant-based diet is inherently healthy, but like any diet, it comes down to what you put in your mouth. Many of the products are high in refined vegetable oils and refined grains, salt and sugar. Vegans and vegetarians are not automatically eating heaps of fruit and veg because there are all these products out there that are fully processed, fully refined. People may inadvertently be consuming high levels of processed plant foods, which are a known risk factor for increased depression. For this study, the researchers examined the diet quality and the mental health of 219 vegans and vegetarians in Australia. The participants were asked to complete questionnaires based on recognised measures of diet quality and of depression. Those with diets high in fresh fruit, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes and whole grains were found to be at lower risk of depression compared to fellow vegans and vegetarians who followed a low-quality diet plan. Over 300 million people globally experience the symptoms of depression. Mood disorders, including depression, are significant predictors of suicide and suicidal thoughts and are responsible for over 800,000 global suicide-related deaths per year. In Australia, 1 in 10 people, that's 10.4% of the population, reported experiencing symptoms of depression. In younger adults, the prevalence rate of depression is higher at 13.9%, with suicide listed as the leading cause of death for individuals aged between 15 and 44. Dr. Megan Lee, a senior teaching fellow at Bond University, said the protective effect of a high-quality plant-based diet was likely due to the presence of complex carbohydrates, fibre, probiotics and antioxidants, which have all been found to decrease symptoms of depression. But the research indicated that switching to a high-quality plant-based diet was not a cure for those already experiencing depression. It seems to have more of a protective role. Our research did not find that a plant-based diet was a treatment or a fix for those who were already depressed. Dr. Lee went on to say that vegans and vegetarians are already more vulnerable to depression than the general population. This could be due to their outlook on life and that they are generally a younger cohort which is already more susceptible to mental health issues. We think this susceptibility to depression might be because vegans and vegetarians tend to be more conscious about external issues, animal welfare, environmental concerns, and they can be ostracized socially because of their choice of diet. 219 Australian vegan and vegetarian adults who were aged between 18 and 44 were invited to complete an online survey through 3 social media platforms, and they were Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn. This age range was specifically chosen as it closely corresponded with the 15 to 44 age group, for which suicide is the leading cause of death in Australia, and because this age group is more likely to follow a plant-based dietary pattern. So, what was the outcome? Almost 14% of the people in this Australian age group reported experiencing symptoms of depression. More than 2.5 million Australians have chosen to go meat-free. That's around 12% of the total population. How does that work out in the USA? According to a study done by the Vegetarian Times, 9.7 million Americans now follow a vegetarian diet, with about 1 million of these being vegan. That's around 2.92% of the American population. Dr. Lee closed by saying, the research also holds good news for meat eaters looking to protect their mental health. Even if we are meat eaters, we can still benefit from preventive and protective food by consuming more fruit and vegetables. Now, one thing that this paper didn't mention was the relationship of vitamin B12 with vegans, vegetarians and poor mental health. According to the National Institutes of Health, the recommended daily intake, or RDI, for vitamin B12 for people over 14 years of age is 2.4 micrograms per day. Vegans and vegetarians need to supplement with vitamin B12 or eat foods that have been artificially fortified with it, as it's not available from plants. Vitamin B12 plays a role in producing brain chemicals that affect mood and other brain functions. Vitamin B12 deficiency has been linked to these conditions. Feel free to pause the video and read the list in more detail, and there are links in the description below to the sources.
Well, I hope you found that interesting or informative, hopefully both. I think the key to a healthy plant-based diet, in fact, the key to any whole food diet, whether at one end of the spectrum you're on vegan or the other you're a carnivore, is that you're not eating the crap in the center that's full of processed foods and destroying your body's metabolism, making you sick, keeping you sick, and making the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry even richer. As with all things, this Beyond Burger, Beyond Meat is going to continue, and they're going to continue selling this under the banner of ethical endeavors, which it's not. It's just there to make a profit. Please do not be dragged in by this. If you want to be vegan, but eat fresh fruit, vegetables, legumes, beans, etc. Do not eat this processed crap. As shown in this study, although not a clinical study, it does have a massive effect on your depression. So again, another reason not to eat these highly processed burgers. And if you do not eat meat, then you must please supplement with vitamin B12 because it is essential. Now, a couple of my friends who know I make these videos have said, well, how can you criticize the vegan lifestyle, if you like, if you've never tried it? And I was talking specifically about these burgers. I'm ready to leave now. It's 8:10 in the morning. I'm going to cycle down to the local coffee shop where I get my Saturday morning coffee. They've started a vegan line of food, and they hand that menu to me when I order my coffee, and I always hand it back. I do see other people handing it back. I don't see many people going for the vegan option. That said, those people that hand it back then order cakes and cream and God knows what, which is still not good for them. I have tasted the Beyond Burger. I thought, out of interest, I'll see what it tastes like. I ordered one. It tastes absolutely disgusting. For someone that has eaten meat all of his life, I know what meat, steak and beef burgers should taste like. This tastes nothing like it. And for the vegans who haven't really ever tasted beef burgers or have done it such a long time ago they can't remember, and as I said, this ethical endeavor from the companies to give you a burger that tastes and feels like it's real beef is a lie. It tastes nothing like real beef, and the feel in your mouth is nothing like real beef. It tastes like what it is, processed garbage. So take that for what it's worth. A small rant there, if you like. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are on a plant-based diet, so vegan or vegetarian, then please don't eat processed burgers, and please make sure you supplement with vitamin B12. That's it for today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. As always, Please take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.